Hello friends, and welcome to your Friday and weekend reading with me, Intuitive Renee. So we are doing the weekend of the 6th to the 8th of September 2024, and I have chosen to work with two really awesome and amazing decks. The first one is an oracle which is known as the Roots and Wings Oracle, and this is the Unfolding Path Tarot. Right, so as we do normally, we start off with the oracle, giving it a shuffle, looking for a theme for the next 3 days. So while I'm shuffling this deck, I just want to say that, you know what, this past week, I always look at, the collective kind of theme around the readings that I've done, the sessions I've had with clients, the interactions I've had with people in general, clients, family members, friends, etc. And let me tell you, it's been a pretty tough week. It's been a pretty tough week with everybody. I don't know anybody who's had a fantastic week. People have had to deal with some really deep, dark, scary, dangerous situations this week. So if you're feeling a little bit out of sorts, if you're feeling a little bit heavy, if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, like, you're not alone. Just let's just get that out there. You are not alone. Everybody is processing and going through something on one level or another. Gosh, I am shuffling so badly today. Let's just try and get this under control. It's been a bad week of shuffling. All right, let's get a theme for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 6th to the 8th of September, from the Roots and Wings Oracle. And our theme for the next 3 days is transformation. Like, of course it is. Of course it is. I mean, like, I am so not surprised. Like I said, it's been, when I look at what people have been through this week, when I look at what's happened this week, the trauma, the violence, the suicide attempts, the things that I've had to help people through this week has just been like overwhelming. Transformation is what we as a human species are going through at the moment. So in order for us to transform, in order for us to evolve, and in order for us to become who we're meant to be as a collective, so we're not talking individually, we're talking as a collective, we're talking mankind, okay? We have to go through transformation. We have to change. We have to evolve. We have to start becoming who and what we're meant to be, who and what we're meant to become. And change hurts. I mean, let's just be completely honest. Change hurts. You can't transform from one shape, form, or another into another without any kind of pain. Think about childbirth. It's painful for the parent, for the mother, and it's painful for the child as well. The whole world changes. The way that they breathe, the way that they eat, the way that they perceive, the sensations and the textures, and everything shifts. So it's a radical, and it's not like it's a gradual change where one thing changes and then a couple of days later something else changes. It's like everything at once. Yes, the child adapts. Yes, the child copes, obviously. Otherwise we wouldn't be here. But it's scary, it's frightening, it's daunting, it's overwhelming, it's all of those things. And I do believe that this is where we are all at the moment. So the theme for the weekend is transformation. So if we can all individually embrace the transformation that we need to make individually, it helps the collective in a big way. Because if we evolve individually, then as a collective, the collective is evolving as well. But when we resist our own personal transformation and change, when we resist and we try and hold on to old methods and old models and old morals and old understandings and old ways of being, then how can we evolve? How can we change? Sorry about that. My intercom was ringing. To answer the intercom. All right. So we all need to change. We all need to adapt to circumstances, like being interrupted by the gate intercom. All right, friends, let's see. I think these cards are well shuffled, and I think we've set the intention of what we want to know for this weekend. We want to know, like, how can we each deal with the change and the transformation that we need to undergo individually that will help the collective. Our first card, of course, it is the Five of Swords. Again, not surprised. We have the Six of Cups, which is beautiful. And our final card we have is the Empress. So, like, just right off the bat, if you know tarot, if you understand tarot, you will almost understand this message that's coming through here, because it's talking the same story. Right, so let's bring transformation back in here a little bit. Okay, hopefully the screen will stop wobbling. We're starting off with the Five of Swords, and as you can see with the Five of Swords, she's a little bit disheveled. You know, she's suffered, she struggled. It's not been an easy road for her. You know, things have been difficult. She's a little bit battered and bruised, but even barefoot even, but she's still standing, she's still going. Now, if we look behind her over there, we can see that there are two figures. She has stood up to those two figures. She has fought back. She has resisted. She has dealt with whatever it is that they've thrown at her. And she is walking away victorious. She's managed to succeed regardless. Okay, she's managed to win. And I know it's not always about the winning. I know it's not always about being victorious, but she's managed to overcome the challenge, the obstacle, the thing that's been holding her back. She's managed to face her bullies, okay? And even though she is feeling a little bit overwhelmed by it, and a little bit, you know, she's exhausted and all of those kind of things, but she's still standing. She's able to walk away fully intact. And this is the message for us, that we may be feeling a little bit like it's all a bit too much and, you know, overwhelming and all the rest of it. But the truth of the matter is, our persistence and our perseverance is what's going to pay off here as we transform. But we have to face the challenges and the obstacles that are sort of staring us in the face, because if we don't, then how can we ever improve? How can we ever grow? You know, sometimes we back down to the challenges, or we back down to the bullies, or we back down to the things that are causing us pain, and we sort of retreat, and it's like, no, I don't want to deal with it. But until we do, and this is the message that I've had literally on repeat for us this entire week with our daily readings, is until we actually face that monster under the bed, we're never going to be okay. We're never going to actually transform and move to where we need to move. Then we look at the Six of Cups. The beautiful Six of Cups. Six of Cups is the card of nostalgia. It's the card of reminiscing. It's the card of thinking back to when life was easier and simple. And, you know, all of us, no matter what your age is, no matter what your generation is, no matter where you are at right now, if you think back to your youth, life seemed simpler then, didn't it? We had less responsibilities. We had less challenges. No matter what, like I say, what stage of life you're at, when we look back, everything just seemed to look easier and better then than what it is right now, because right now we have all taken on a lot. So this is the card of understanding the past and understanding who we were, what was different then versus now, and almost doing that comparison, okay? And this is what we're all doing. And because right now things are tough, because right now things are difficult, we're trying desperately to hold on to the ways of the past. But that's the mistake. That's the problem. That's the thing that we're doing wrong. We need to understand that yes, life is different. Yes, life is hard, but we need to push through. We need to stand up to these challenges, to these bullies, to these obstacles. And we need to say, hey, it's not okay. It's enough now. All right. We need to say time out, and we need to re-establish boundaries. We need to re-establish who we are, what we are, how we are, and why we are. And we need to recognize that we are not the same people we used to be. Our world is not the same world that it used to be. Our environment, our circumstances, our situations are not the same as they used to be. And that's okay. But we the human, we the human beings, we need to adapt. We need to adjust. We need to change. I was talking about change, and I was talking about pregnancy and birth, childbirth, and, you know, the trauma, the pain, the suffering that goes with childbirth. And here we have the Empress with full belly. You know, she is holding a beautiful pregnant belly, and she is just living proof of life. She gives life. She creates life. She is life. She nurtures. She cares for. She does all the things that she needs to do, and she does it with confidence. She does it with passion. She does it with enthusiasm, and most importantly, she does it with love. Now, again, life is full of hardships, blessings, and memories. That's what it means to be human. But what also means to be human is to transform and to change, to adapt, to grow, to evolve. So this is what we need to do. So Obviously we're talking about a weekend, right? I mean, let's just bring it down to a weekend. Let's just bring it down to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 6th, 7th, and 8th of September 2024. What do we need to focus on this weekend? So we're talking about the collective, and we understand the energy of the collective. But this is Spirit sort of saying to us, if we can each individually face one challenge, one obstacle, one circumstance that is causing us a little bit of heartache, pain, and discomfort this weekend, if we can just look one bully in the face and say, no, no more. If we can just do one little thing that allows us to recognize that our past is the past, and yes, it's created who we are and it's helped us evolve and become who we are now, but that we are no longer that person. And if we can learn to love, to nurture, and to grow our future, then everything's going to be okay. But it starts here. So now I've got the puppies that have come into the office, and it's just after breakfast time, so they want to play. So you might hear some noises, and you might see the camera shake a little bit because they can get a bit boisterous. Right. So we all need to deal with this. We all need to deal with this discomfort in order to grow, to nurture, and to evolve into whatever it is that we need to. But we need to understand that we are not who we used to be. That is, I think, the big thing here, is recognizing that we are not who we used to be, that we are somebody different. We are, I want to say, better versions of ourselves, but that's not always the case, because sometimes we're not, because we haven't dealt with the things that we need to deal with. But as long as we are thinking this weekend about the transformation that we are undergoing, the transformation that you have already undergone, and the transformation that you will still undergo. We need to understand that transformation is the key. It is who we are. Again, going back to the pregnancy, going back to birth, from that moment of birth, every single day you are different. Every single day you have transformed. Every single day you grew a little bit, you learned a little bit, you became a little bit more whatever. And even now, as a functional adult, you're still different every single day, because the experiences and the events that we have on a daily basis help us to grow and evolve. And it changes our outlook, and it changes our mindset, and it changes our belief system even. The things that happen, they don't always have to be the bad things. Sometimes it can be the good things. Oh gosh, there's the table going. Sometimes it can be the good things, but everything that happens to us every single day changes us in a little way. Changes us in a little way so that we become different. And it's time for us to spend this weekend focusing on how different we are, how much we have grown, how much we have transformed, and to understand that it has been tough. Of course it has. It's been really, really tough. But if we learn to love, if we learn to accept unconditionally, because again, that's what a mother does. A mother loves that child unconditionally, even before she's laid eyes on it, even before judgment sets in. There is love, there is unconditional love and acceptance, and there is just this urge and this desire to do whatever you can to make sure that that child is well taken care for, loved, and provided for. And that's what we need to focus on, friends. That's the thing that's important for us. So instead of focusing on our children, let's focus on ourselves. Let's focus only on the transformation and the change that we have undergone, that we need to undergo, and that we are undergoing. But understand and acknowledge for yourself how different you are from who you used to be. The difficult road that it's been, and actually how beautiful it is. And just again, like a pregnant woman, she doesn't know what this child's life is going to be like. She doesn't know what this child is going to grow into. Is the child going to be the next president of the country? Is the child going to be the next big surgeon? Is the child going to be a criminal? We don't know. But we go into the experience with trust, with faith, with hope that everything's going to be okay. We don't go into the experience putting that kind of expectation. And again, it's what we need to do for ourselves. So friends, this is a long one. This is a deep message. And honestly, I think if you go back to the daily readings of the last week, they've all been deep. They've all been like talking the same language. So there's definitely something happening that we all need to be mindful of, that we all need to be aware of. And I do hope that this transformation for you right now is easy, simple, and uncomplicated. The puppies are bumping the table. They're fighting over a ball at the moment. So I do hope that this transformation is easy, simple, and uncomplicated for you. I do hope that you're able to see, to recognize and to acknowledge what needs to shift and change in your life so that the transformation can be easy, simple, and uncomplicated. From me and my naughty puppies, sending you all so much love and so many blessings. I do hope that your weekend is full of change and transformation. Until we connect again on Monday, take care, friends.